Thank you for watching this video by Ju's Vegan Pantry. This is an aquafaba video, and I am Ju Deaver. I am the author of the cookbook Aquafaba, and I'm here to share my challah recipe from the book. Challah is a gorgeous braided bread that usually contains eggs to tenderize the dough and impart a golden crust. Let's get started. Add a tablespoon of maple syrup and a tablespoon of dry active yeast to 3/4 cups of warm water. Mix well and set aside to bloom for about 5 minutes. Once bloomed and active, add the oil and the rest of the maple syrup. Mix this and set it aside. Combine the flour with the salt and a few pinches of turmeric. Mix and set this aside as well. Add the aquafaba to a stand mixer bowl and whisk until frothy, about 1 minute. Tilt the bowl to make sure all the aquafaba has been whipped up. That looks good. Add the yeast mixture and 4 cups of the flour mixture. 3 and 4. Using a dough hook, mix this mixture until all the flour is incorporated, about 1 minute. When all the flour is mixed in and the dough looks very sticky, begin adding the rest of the flour mixture, about 1/4 cup at a time. The goal is to try to add as much of the flour as possible, but not so much that the flour remains unincorporated. You're making a firm but smooth dough. If you add too much flour, then it might make the dough too dry and it will crack and crumble. Little at a time is the key. You can continue to add more flour as long as the dough is sticky, and one sign is that it holds strongly to the bottom of the bowl. If it has climbed the dough hook, flour your fingers and move the dough off the hook. My dough now looks good, but the best test is to touch it. It feels good, it has cleaned the side of the bowl, but when I remove it from the hook, it's still very sticky. It turns out that I knead all the flour in this case. Continue to knead the dough for 10 minutes. Although you should not knead any more flour than is called for in the recipe, on particularly humid days you might need a bit more. Something to keep in mind. Knead for the 10 minutes to create gluten threads that result in an elastic dough that is smooth. When pressed, the dough should push back. This is ready for proofing. Form the dough into a ball and add it to a lightly oiled bowl, or just back into this one. Looks good enough for me. Cover and rise in a warm spot for an hour. Gently deflate the dough and fold it back on itself a few times. Cover and rise again for another hour. After the second rise, turn the dough out onto a very lightly floured surface and divide it in half. You are making 2 loaves. Working with 1/2 at a time, divide a piece into 6 portions for making 6 braided challah. Flatten out 1 piece and fold it onto itself. Roll it into a 12-inch long rope. Taper the ends. If after flattening a piece and folding it onto itself, the rope doesn't want to close properly, crimp the edges to seal it shut. Like this. Repeat with all 6 pieces. Arrange the tips of all 6 ropes at the top of your work surface. Press the tips together and spread the ropes out into spokes. Make sure to press the tips together really well. To begin, fold the far right rope over to the left and fold the far left rope over to the right so that the dough is hugging itself. Arrange the middle 4 ropes into 2 pairs of legs. First, take the top rope and move it to the middle of the board between the 2 pairs of legs. If you grab the wrong rope, then nothing will happen, a tip-off that you grabbed the wrong one. Now grab the second rope down from the opposite side and move it to the top empty spot at the top. Rearrange the middle 4 ropes into 2 pairs again to keep things straight. And repeat. Top to the middle, second down to the top, legs. Top to the middle, second down to the top, straighten the legs. Top to the middle, second from the bottom to the top, straighten the legs. Top to the middle, second from the top to the top, straighten the legs. Top to the middle, second from the top all the way to the top, straighten the legs. Top to the middle, second down to the top, straighten the legs. It's important to seal the ends properly. Rock the sides of your palms on the ends to seal them well and tuck under the loaf. Move the loaf to a pan. Cover and rest for 40 minutes in a warm spot. Brush the loaf with the prepared aquafaba wash and bake until the loaf sounds hollow when thumped. You will brush the loaf with the wash again after 10 minutes of baking. Move the hot bread to a cooling rack and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Find more aquafaba recipes in my new cookbook, Aquafaba, and on my site, JewsVeganPantry.com.